Hi all, I recently wrote a post on LinkedIn stating that Sonam Wangchuk is a complete time waster, shooting this reel just to clarify my stand better. So, in sociopolitics, the number one thing which you should focus on is what are your drafted solutions, what are your alternatives, and what is your draft proposal. So, what is Mr. Wangchuk saying? He's saying that education minister should resign. That's the entire point. That's it. Such a silly point, right? Now, let's try to dig this deeper and understand why I'm calling it silly. Education minister resigns. Cool. Then what? Like, will he go to jail? If he has to go to jail, the judiciary has to be efficient. We saw the Justice Verma burnt cash case, right? Nothing happened. 15 crores of cash was found at judge's house. Maybe judiciary is inefficient or maybe it's corrupt. Did Wangchuk ever talk about solutions to improve judiciary? No. Second, a new minister comes in his place. What is the proof that the new minister is efficient, honest? What if he's also corrupt, inefficient? How will we replace him? So what can be possible solutions? In US, since 1900, there is something called as right to recall law, where US citizens can directly recall mayors, governors, police, judges from their office via recall elections. So why is Sonam Wangchuk not talking about right to recall laws? It's not something new. In 1925 HSRA, like Sachindranath Sanyal, Mahatma Lala Lajpat Rai, Mahatma Bhagat Singh, Mahatma Chandrasekhar Azad, they had all raised the point that independent India should have right to recall law. So why a 100-year-old matter is not being spoken by Sonam Wangchuk? Second, talk to any friends in Europe. They have something called as referendum right or transparent complaint filing procedures where citizens can put a draft proposal and get a vote on it, get a consensus on it. So no need of fasting, no need of wasting time protesting. You just put a referendum and get public consensus on it. So why is Wangchuk not talking on referendum rights? Third, and the most important point, which is like his followers were beaten up by police. In US, district police chief called as sheriff is directly elected by the voters. He can be recalled by the voters. So the incentive of police in US lies in welfare of citizens because they know that citizens control their job. In India, one CM appoints all the district police chief of like let's say 40 districts. In Maharashtra, we have 40 districts. So why is Wangchuk silent on these proposals for improving police? Does he want his followers to get beaten all the time? Another most important point, which is the point of EVMs. In sociopolitics, you must clarify your stand on whether you support EVMs or paper ballots. Now, this is a fact. There is no opinion in this that in the last 25 years, Election Commission of India has not even given one single voting machine to voters to audit, verify and test it. So we don't know the source code. We cannot touch the machine. We cannot test the machines. They have created a black box. There are many activists and you won't know these names because time wasters like Wangchuk are covering the paid media or they are being sponsored by the paid media to show them 24/7. You might not have heard the name Hari Prasad or IIT and Rahul Chivanbhai Mehta, where they have exposed loopholes like EVM black glass, EVM light sensors, but you don't know this. And there are many other topics, like let's say in US the term of MPs is 2 years, in India it's 5 years. In US, Rajya Sabha members are elected by the voters directly. In India, they are elected by MLAs. So a person like Manmohan Singh, he never contested elections, not even got one single vote in his life, and was Prime Minister of India for 10 years via Rajya Sabha route. Is this democracy? Think on it. Right? So there are many points. Like, let's say in India, there are only 22 to 25,000 judges. In China, there are 2 lakh judges. All are recruited via written exam. In India, there are very few written examinations for elections of judges, like, appointment of judges. Why Wangchuk is silent on this? So understand the concept of fake opposition, right? This is a age-old concept. Same way British and Gandhis had colluded, to see, Gandhi never spoke anything anti-British or anti-India, he was thing, right? What he did was he reduced the popularities of Tilak, Savarkar, Bose. There are many independent India activists जिसके आपको नाम भी नहीं पता होंगे, खुदीराम बोस, सुनीति घोष, शांति चौधरी, वी.ओ. चिदम्बरम पिल्लई, महात्मा अनंत कान्हेरे, महात्मा मदन लाल धिंगरा, महात्मा उधम सिंह. आपको ये नाम बता भी क्यों है? बता भी नहीं है. Why? Because paid media was paid at that time to popularize Gandhi so that genuine activists जो काम कर रहे हैं उनकी popularity कम हो. This concept is called as fake oppositions. There were only 80,000 Britishers and they were ruling 40 crores Indians because Gandhi was successful in keeping them away from weapons. And today the weapons are right to recall laws, referendum laws, reduced tenures of MPs, paper ballot versus EVM issues. And Wangchuk is successfully hiding all these solutions from you. That's why he's a complete time waster. And understand, the social media algorithms are controlled by US UK elite, right? Instagram has made you emotional fools. It has not taught you socio-political activism because you are not even able to ask a simple question like, what are your proposed solutions, alternatives or drafts. So get out of the emotional drama of Instagram. Focus on objective procedural solutions. Don't focus on label. This is just a reel on the clarification of my post. I hope you get my message. Great day. Bye, guys.